Norman Chamberlain is a certified basketball and overall sports GOAT. He dismantled the association we all claim to know and certainly love in fashion that has never been equaled in the now half-century since his retirement. Chamberlain's basketball legacy is defined by his astonishing 72 league records, most of which will never be broken, and particularly his legendary 1961-62 season, the year that made him famous for scoring 100 points in a single game during a campaign in which he did not go to the bench for one single second. He averaged more minutes a game than minutes in regulation and scored at a mind-shattering league record clip of 50.4 points per game to go along with over 25 rebounds a game. The records from the season and his career in total have been repeated over and over, yet always seem too good to be true. But with only roughly 20% of Wilt's career existing on film, many have seemingly forgotten or discredited his legacy as the social media community era of hoops fandom has risen to prominence. Besides the stereotypical denunciation that he's played against plumbers and garbage men that you will see in any comment section he's mentioned in, many have grown to be under the impression that Chamberlain was a Clint Capella, DeAndre Jordan-esque, shot-blocking, rim-running style player who caught the ball and slammed over the smaller Union plumber below him. New era fans watch the small amount of footage of Wilt as a 300-plus pound Laker teaming with number one scoring option Jerry West late in his career, and are quick to call him things like a glorified Andre Drummond. Yes, I have witnessed a legitimate tweet that called him a glorified Andre Drummond. Due to the NBA's lack of televised games during Wilt's era, little to no highlights of his true prime and remarkable 1962 season have been available for modern fans to watch before making an opinion on where the stilt stands amongst the all-time greats. To many, Wilt has become more myth than man due to his illustrious records, legends, and untruly proven stories on his name. Some current and recent NBA players have gone on record saying that they do not even believe his 100-point game was real. Wilt's former legacy as the consensus greatest player of all time has dropped considerably amongst official lists, but on Twitter lists, stay away if you're one of his supporters because he has disappeared from many modern fans' top 10, and the disrespect has gone much further. Without footage of his dominant prime and only 2 league titles in his career, Wilt's talent and greatness has been disrespected constantly by the modern era of NBA fans. Thanks to the contributions of basketball archivers like YouTubers WiltChamberlainArchive and 70s Fan, the latter of which compiled the footage you are currently watching, tons of new highlights from Chamberlain's prime on the Philadelphia/San Francisco Warriors has been digitalized, colorized, restored, and brought to YouTube and has answered many questions about Wilt's true basketball ability. The incredible library footage found of Chamberlain shows with a combination of pace, spacing, inside skill, modern training, and Wilt's myth-caliber athletic ability, he would easily be the best center in today's league, and he could start in any era in league history. Chamberlain actually had an unstoppable turnaround fadeaway from the left block, with range on the turnaround matched only by some of the game's great scorers. His signature dipper dunk from the right block and other moves he utilized with his back to the basket proved his skill set was way deeper than that of a Capella or DeAndre Jordan type player casual fans have recently referred to him as. His touch in these films are so similar to Joel Embiid in that they post up with space to work with and make a simple yet dominant move to score the basketball. Teams would have to adjust at halftime to stop Wilt Chamberlain like they do Embiid, and he proved that he could pass out of a double team because he set the still-standing NBA record for assists per game by a center, a number that is currently being averaged by Nikola Jokic, a center with a shooting touch better than Chamberlain's, but no physical chance to stop him defensively in the paint. Wilt had no flaws offensively, besides his well-known horrendous free throw shooting. The footage found recently by the archivers show more of Wilt's use of the underhand free throw, which is known for giving him his highest career FT percentage at 61%. Chamberlain had a beautiful release similar to future league mark holder Rick Barry, and there is no doubt in my mind that Chamberlain would be able to hit his free throws at about a clip of 75% in the modern day. He had a beautiful touch, but also a fundamental flick in his normal jump shot, which could have been better implemented into his free throw release with modern coaching. This video is not intended to be all what-ifs on Wilt, but more to show that like Joel Embiid, he has the size and touch to be unguardable one-on-one in the association. The main difference between the two is that Chamberlain averaged over 45 minutes a game for the majority of his career, while Embiid has struggled to stay on the court seemingly at all. The evolution of fouls and foul calling would only benefit Wilt, in my opinion, as well, especially if he keeps his underhanded form, which he stopped using because he thought it made him look like a sissy. I can only imagine Wilt Chamberlain running the court with a modern pick-and-roll floor general like Chris Paul, Luka Doncic, LaMelo Ball, or Trae Young. He would probably set a few field goal records that he doesn't have already. Wilt on the Warriors was a super athlete this league has only seen in Shaq and Giannis Antetokounmpo since. There's a chance in modern times Wilt would develop into a ball-dominant player like Giannis. This prime footage answers so many questions about Wilt while opening more what-ifs about his career. Wilt Chamberlain has received skepticism from new NBA fans who cannot watch the way he ran up and down and dominated the court in his prime. Thanks to this new footage, Wilt Chamberlain can now be considered a certified post-god and center GOAT certified. Thanks again to 70s Fan, and this has been VP102. If you enjoyed this commentary, please leave a rating on the video. I'm going to try and get my sub count past Kevin Durant's jersey number. I'm going to keep trying to improve his speech scripts and everything that goes into becoming an NBA YouTuber. So if you're thanks for watching. Stop disrespecting the stilt.